Okay, Blair Singer is one of the rich dad advisors to Robert Kiyosaki. He is a consultant that has helped hundreds and thousands of businesses and salespeople increase their sales results. He is also a world-renowned speaker and the best-selling author of The Little Voice and many other books like Team Code Honor. So without further ado, I would like to invite him to speak on this webinar. Who is excited for this webinar? Give me a 2 in the chat column. All right, so without further ado, let's bring on Blair onto this live call.
There we go. You see me now?
Yes, we can see you.
Okay. You can see me, I can be seen. Nice. All right. All right, if you can see me, say, type in yes. All right, good. And hopefully the sound is a little bit better than when Durrani was doing this. Can you hear me okay? Type in okay. Yeah, baby. All right, we're good. Sounds good. Face is good. I wish I could see you, but I understand that. Let's see what we got here. I'm just going to, we got about 40 of you out there. Okay, good. So you can't, Priscilla, you can't see me? Oh, well, there's not much to see. It's 6:35 in the morning here in Phoenix. It's dark outside. It's a little cool, but I'm excited to be with all of you. I'm excited to be with all of you. Let me ask a question before we begin. If you would like to increase your income over the next several months, say yes. Type in yes. Good answer. Okay. If you would like to increase your income in a shorter period of time than that, type in, oh, yes. Okay. All right. Excellent. So thank you guys for being here this morning or this evening. I think it's about 9:30 in the evening. So thank you for being awake. My goal over the next couple of times, I'm going to show you some ways to increase your sales and your income very significantly over the next couple of weeks and months, so that 2020 is your best year. If that's okay with you, say okay. Okay, awesome. Before we get going, just out of curiosity, there's a lot of you out there. If you have met me before, type in B for before. Okay, quite a few of you. If you've never met me before, type in N for never. Oh, you heard about me. that may not be so good. All right, good. So I'm going to show you again. I'm going to show you in this next little hour, short hour, less than an hour, how to make significantly more money in sales without spending more money on leads, without expensive marketing, how to just do this primarily on your own. If that's good, type in good. So the next question I have for you, have any of you ever had what you would call a $1 million idea, like an idea that you thought that if you could just put this idea out to the world, you'd knock it out of the park and make a lot of money? If that's you, say yes. Yeah. See, that's most all of us, myself included. But the problem is this: how many of you know people that have had $1 million ideas but did not make $1 million out of their $1 million idea? That's right. That's right. And the reason is this: And the reason is this: I have traveled over the last 25 years. I have traveled all over the world. And anytime I meet somebody that is not happy with their income, frustrated with their lifestyle, frustrated because they've got these great ideas, but they can't make money out of it, it's usually because of one reason only. And that reason is because that person or that business or that group either does not know how to sell, or they think they know how to sell and they don't, or they think selling is not important and that the product will sell itself. So I just want to blow all that away right now and to let you know that the distance between you and making a lot of money could be this webinar right here, okay? Because I don't want you to fall into that category. I'm sure all of you have great ideas, great ways of working with people, and that deserves to get out to the world. As was mentioned, some of you may know me as Rich Dad Advisor to Robert Kiyosaki in the area of sales, team development, and personal development. Some of you may know me as best-selling author of Sales Dogs, the book Sales Dogs, Little Voice Mastery, Team Code of Honor. And I'm the founder of the Blair Singer Training Academy, which we have almost 500 trainers, either certified or becoming certified in over 15 countries around the world. And so it's an honor for me to be here because I'm going to get to see some of you in about a week or so. So whether you're in Singapore or in Manila. So thank you for being here. Like I said, let me ask you something. What would it be like if you could take your $1 million idea and make a lot of money and make healthy 6 to 7 digit US dollar income every year with that? Would that be good? That's good. Type in good. What about if you had, thank you. So what about if you had, if you needed to raise money for your business or raise capital from investors for property, for real estate, for your business, and you were able to do that easily and effortlessly? Would that be good? Type in good. Good. Good job. And what if you can make more money in 10 minutes than maybe you've made in the last 3 months? Would that be good? All right, good. That's what I thought. Okay, good. So all of you have dreams. I know you have dreams. I'm going to show you a little bit about how to get them. But I need you to stay till the very end of this webinar. Okay, so stay tuned. Make sure you got a piece of paper and pencil or pen or whatever, or iPad, something to take a lot of notes. Okay, so I'm gonna go really quickly. Okay, and no distractions. Okay, turn off your phones, close the door. No texting while I'm doing this. I just want your full attention because I want this to be the evening that changes things for you, really. If we even never see each other again, I just want to blow a couple of myths away to clear the way for you to make some money. Okay, so I've been doing this for over 25 years. I've helped thousands of organizations make millions, in some cases billions of dollars. Big companies like Singapore Airlines, Morgan Stanley, IBM, all the L'Oreal brands, but mostly with hundreds of thousands of small business owners, entrepreneurs like yourself, and salespeople that just hit a wall and couldn't get any further and just needed some support to get across the line. And I started in sales a long time ago, and I've helped a lot of people and I've done very well myself. But in the very beginning, I was terrible, just to let you know. So wherever you're at is fine. I was horrible. My first job in sales was in Hawaii. And when I got out of university, and I was so bad, I almost got fired. I almost got fired in the first 2 weeks. That's how bad I was. And my sales manager told me that if I didn't get my act together within 48 hours, I was going to get fired. And I went out and made, because I was terrified. I had no idea how to sell. And I remember in the office where we worked, there was a sign on the wall that said, "Salesmanship begins when the customer says no." I'll say it again. Salesmanship begins when the customer says no. And I thought, okay, I got that. That means when they say no or they give you an objection, you got to know how to handle the objection, which is true. But the more I started knocking on doors and the more I get rejected, people say, get out of my office. You have no idea what you're talking about. Your product sucks. All these things. What I realized, I went back to that office and looked at that sign again, and I realized that sign had nothing to do with the customer. Salesmanship begins when the customer says no. What does that mean? What it means is when the customer says no, the big sale going on is not you selling to the customer. It's you selling you to you. That's right. You selling you to you. Because what happens is when you get enough rejection or people say no to you and you reach adversity, as we all do, what happens is up here, you have to start selling yourself. Because my little voice, the little voice in my head, you ever know the little voice up there, right? Was saying things like, you don't know what you're doing. This is stupid. I don't like to sell. You're not good at selling. Selling is a slimy job, blah, blah, and you can't, and nobody's going to like you, all these things. And so my confidence was going down very, very quickly. My frustration was going up very quickly. I needed to make money because I was very far away from home and had no income. So I realized salesmanship begins when the customer says no, and more importantly, when your little voice is saying no to you, like, I can't go on, I'm too tired, I don't know if I know what to do, I'm confused. So if you've ever had the battle of trying to sell yourself to keep going, type in me too. Type in me too. Okay, good. And anybody out there that's an entrepreneur or a salesperson, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That's why sales is the single most important skill you can learn. We always say, Robert Kiyosaki and I always say that, why? Because sales equals income. Sales equals income. Write that down. Sales equals income. If you don't have income, it's because you're not selling. And if you're not selling, there's no income. And if there's no income, there's no business. If there's no business, there's no fun. And I want you all to have a lot of fun. I also want you to get your dreams. Okay? Does that make sense? Now, I've learned how to, I did some pretty stupid things in my career, but I've done some really good things in my career. So my goal here is to show you what does work as opposed to what does not work. Okay? Good? So the first thing to understand is you have a little voice up here. Everybody know the little voice I'm talking about? It's the thing in your head that just went, what little voice? I don't have a little voice. That's the one. If you have one, say, me too. Type it in. Or type in LV for little voice. Yeah. Okay, good. So that's the most important part of this whole thing. Entrepreneurship is no joke. By the way, just out of curiosity, if you're a business owner or you own your own business, type in B for biz. Just want to know who I'm talking to out here. B. Quite a few. All right, good. Excellent. Okay, good. If you're not necessarily a business owner, but you're in you're not a business owner, but you're in sales, you're in a position where you're sell, type in SP for salesperson. Okay, a few of you. And if you don't sell yet, and you don't have your own business yet, and you just want to increase income, type in II for increase income. Oh, good. Excellent. All right. Well, thank you, guys. Thank you. So those of you that typed in II, you're in the right place at the right time. All of you are in the right place at the right time, but I want you to get it through your head right now. Sales equals income. If you want to improve your lifestyle, if you want to do anything that has to do with it, business, you got to learn how to sell. Number one skill. Okay? All right, let's get into this thing. I'm just going to tell you that for me, what I'm going to share with you makes me a lot of money. I mean, can make me anywhere from $50,000 or to $100,000 in a day or more sometimes. I'm not saying it's going to do that for you, but if it just added another 4,000 or 5,000 US dollars a day for you, would that be worth it? Yeah, yes or no? Type in yes or no. Okay, good. Awesome. Thank you. All right. So first question, if you're going to do this, let's get down to it. How many of you would like to be able to help a lot of people? Help a lot of people. Type in yes. All right, good. How many of you would like to make money helping a lot of people? Type in yes. All right. Now, you notice I'd never use the word sales right there. So for you I people, I never use the word sales. I just said help. So if you got a problem around the word selling, just change it to helping people. All you're trying to do is find out what people want and give it to them. Help them get what they want. Write that down. Help them get what they want. And by the way, this is a little bonus tool. How many of you would like to be able to sell better at home? Type in yes. Okay. All right. So if you do, here's the deal. What I just told you about find out what people want and give it to them or help them get it, the number one selling strategy on planet Earth. Just find out what people want. Find out what your spouse wants. Find out what your companions want and help them get it. If you can help people get what they want, even in the most difficult arguments or situations, what is it that you want, and you can help them find it, you've closed a deal, okay? All right, so let's get on with this. If there's one thing you're going to learn in sales, here it is. One thing, how to generate a lot of income or capital in a very short period of time, in any economy, anytime, any place. And by the way, with what's going on right now with the coronavirus and all the crazy things that are going on, your ability to sell now is more critical than ever. Markets are crashing around the world, but if you know how to sell, generate income, and create exchange, you'll be fine. You'll just be fine. But it's something you got to learn. The other thing about like I said, the one thing you got to learn is be able to make a lot of income in a short period of time, and also to be able to get other people to support you to do that. Otherwise, you're going to do this on your own, and it's going to be much more difficult in the long run. Okay in the beginning, not great in the long term. So, couple of things, couple of mistakes that a lot of salespeople make. Number one is selling, write this down, selling is not telling. Selling is not telling. Just because you're telling people about your product or service or telling people what you do doesn't mean you're selling anything. Selling does not equal telling, okay? Or telling is not selling, the other way around. There's a strategy and techniques to doing this, and it has to do with there are 6 or 7 steps in a selling cycle, in a standard selling cycle. We're going to be doing a program in Manila and also in Singapore called Sales and Leadership Mastery, formerly called Sales Explosion. We're going into this in a lot of detail, but for right now, just telling people is not it. There are 6 different steps, and understanding the strategies and the techniques in each one is what's going to get you there. And they're all very simple to learn, but you got to learn them and practice them, okay? So that's one thing. Selling is not telling. I will say this. There's some of you, number 2 on this list is that some of you may think, well, I'm not really a sales type person. I'm not a sales type person. You may have an image of pushy, aggressive, all that kind of stuff. And I'm going to tell you something that I understand, because when I first started in sales, I hated cold calling. I hated doing those things. And what I realized, though, over the years, that there are actually 5 different personality types when it comes to selling. The pushy, aggressive, cold calling person, that's one type. And if that's you, that's great. But there are 4 other types based on your personality. And here's the thing. If you want to make a lot of money, you've got to be authentic. You have to be the real you. You don't try to be somebody that you're not. You don't try to be me. You don't try to be the person next to you. You've got to be your authentic self and understand your personality, and then how to couch your selling process around who you are. It's not about copying other people. As a matter of fact, you try to be somebody that you're not only is that not going to work, but it's going to crush your spirit. And your spirit is where all your energy comes from. It's where your dreams come from. You've got to be yourself, okay? By the way, you should never have to cold call. Speaking about cold calling, you should never have to cold. I mean, cold calling is okay to do, but it's okay. I use cold calling as training. It's like doing push-ups or weight curls. It's not necessarily great. Depending on the type of business, cold calling can be good, but you shouldn't really ever have to do that. Okay, here's number 3. Number 3 big mistake is most salespeople think, I just need more leads. I need more qualified leads. If I had more qualified leads, I'd make more money. Okay, so that's a bunch of nonsense. I mean, great leads are all good, but leads are very expensive. Any of you know that if you got to go pay for leads, you got to pay for them. You got to do marketing. I mean, you could, if even in online marketing, if you hire somebody to help you with that, you could spend tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of dollars a year on marketing. And you know what? You may end up spending more than you make from those leads. So let me just tell you something. You don't need any more leads. And I'm going to give you a little bit of an example here to make this a little bit more graphic. So hopefully you can see my flip chart over here. I work with a very small, years ago, I worked with a small business here in the Arizona area. Is a Massage Envy. They're a franchise, and it's a massage studio. And what they would do is, the way they generated leads is they would put an ad, a coupon in the local newspaper. If you took that coupon into their place of business, into Massage Envy, they would give you a free massage for 1 hour. Free massage for 1 hour with one coupon. Is that cool or what? How many of you would like a massage like right now, 9:30, 10 o'clock at night? Me. Okay, good. Well, make an agreement with the person next to you. Maybe they'll give you one later, okay? So it's a great deal. So what they would do is they would send out these coupons, and roughly every week, here, you can see here, okay. They would get 50 leads, 50 people would come in to get the free massage. Now, they had no idea about their selling cycle, nothing about technique, and basically what they would do is, at the end of that, they try to sell them a 1-year membership for $600. And the membership meant, for $600, you can come in once a month to get a massage for $600 for the year, okay? Now, they were closing roughly 15% of those leads, pretty average. That equals about 7 deals a week. So they were closing converting 15% and closing 7. Now, it was a $600 membership, right? So that equals what? $4,200 a week. $4,200 a week, which equals about $200,000 a year. All right, so if those of you that are not math wizards, let me take you through this. 50 leads, 50 people came in for a free massage. They converted 15% of those into a $600 membership, which was 7 people times 600. It's 4,200 times 50 weeks. So about a little bit more. I think it's $210,000 a year. Now, here's what I know. At $210,000 a year, that poor business owner is making no money. He's got himself, 3 or 4 people working for him. He's making no money. He's working 24/7. He's working 7 days a week. He's burnt through all of his savings. His wife is in his ear. You promised we were going to make all this money with this franchise, and it's not happening. And when are we going to go on vacation? And we never see you anymore. And the kids and my parents were right about you. You're a loser. Does this sound familiar? If you're a small business owner, you know what I'm talking about. It happens to all of us sooner or later. Okay? So he invited us in. myself and my team, and said, look, we need more leads. I go, I don't think you need any more leads. Let me watch what you're doing. So we watched his business cycle. We watched the steps that he did, and we just did a few things. And by the way, at the Sales and Leadership Mastery, they take you through the exact same, only 2 things that we did with them, 2 pieces of training that we did with them that I'm going to do with you guys in a lot of detail. But what we did, we just worked on this number right here. Right here, okay? So you had the same 50 leads after we worked with them for about 6 weeks. You had the same 50 leads, but now they were converting 40%, which equals 20 here, which over here, 20, let me get my math right, $12,000 a week or $600,000 a year. All right, now, how many do you think that $600,000 a year is a lot better than $210,000 a year? Type in yes. So I'm making my point to all of you right now. You don't need any more leads. You're probably even sitting right on the table. There are people already interested in you. People already like you. People have already shown up for you. But you're blowing them out. If we gave you more leads, you spend a ton. It costs 6 times more money to get a lead than it is to close somebody else that already likes you. Did you know that? Time and money. And that's one of the biggest mistakes every business makes. More leads, more leads, more leads. I mean, I can give you more leads, but if you're only closing 15%, you're wasting money. Right now, you have money sitting on the table. If you do nothing else, if you sign off of this webinar right now and you have a business right now, with the training that you would need a little bit of training to get from here to here, but for sure, you don't need any more leads. If this makes sense, say MS makes sense. Because then what we did with these guys, I said, okay, look, now you're doing this. Now what's his wife saying? His wife's going, oh, you're so wonderful. I knew you would do it. I have faith in you all the time. Right. Okay. So now that they've got this going on, he's making some money, making a little bit of money. Then I said, okay, now we can go get more leads. So we took some money out of that, and we took, I think we took about $30,000 to hire a part-time person, a couple part-time people to come in and get on the phone and to call back all these people that they had lost out there, bring them back. So now they were getting 80 leads a week, okay? They didn't even call anybody new. They just went back and called the people that they had blown off because they couldn't close them earlier. They were already interested, right? So now, times 40%, what's that number? That number comes up to about $960,000 a year. Now, all this took place in 6 weeks, and this took place over another, I'd say about 90 days, okay, to get this going, okay? So basically, in 4 months, he went from going broke to almost here. Now, how many people think that's pretty quick? Say pretty quick. Yeah, we is right, pretty quick. See, so this is one of the biggest mistakes salespeople make is they think they got to get the more leads. I need more leads. It's justification most of the time. Okay, yes, you need to get good leads. You know, in our programs, we talk about how to find them and how to find the right one. All of that's given. But the basics of selling, the basic understanding, how to make the presentation, how to find people with money, how to find out what they want and need, how to make a simple presentation, handle objection, close, and get testimonies. These can be applicable to all industries. Yeah, that's a great question, Jason, whatever. I'm sorry, I mispronounced your name, but can that be applied to all industries? The percentages may be different, the dollar amounts may be different, but I can tell you in over 25 years, I have found money sitting on the table. whether it's people selling property, real estate, IT, even big ticket items. Even big ticket items. Big ticket items like when you're selling $25,000 packages, or you're selling $150,000 or $500,000 contracts. I mean, the same thing applies. It's a little bit, it's not quite as quick because the selling cycles are longer. But for most of us here on this call, the answer is yes. And even in those cases, yes, it's sitting on the table. If in a corporate environment, if I see if somebody's they're closing, they say they close 40%. They're usually lying because they don't really know their numbers. So if they say 30%, we can take it up to 60 to 80 to 90%. But qualifying them better, you got to work at different areas. I don't have time to explain all that now. But yes, the answer, Jay. Okay, thanks, Jay. So I hope that answers your question. Okay? Good. All right, if you're learning something, type in LS for learning something. Okay, good, awesome. All right, next thing I hear all the time, the economy sucks. I've heard this all the time. Economy sucks. Customers only interested in price. It's too competitive, too hard. Look, let me give you another little secret here. One of the secrets of selling is if you put yourself in the position of being a competitor, you're always going to be a competitor. You got to learn to, what I call, write this down, reverse the selling cycle. Reverse the selling process, okay? All you're trying to do is to match price, product, and audience. You get those three lined up, selling is easy. So you got to find out what people want first, work and reverse engineer it. Find out what they want and get them what they want. Does that make sense? I mean, I'm not saying you got to change your product, but you got to reverse your process of thinking. Rather than going out and saying, I'm going to sell you one of these. What is it you want? And work back from there. They'll tell you what they want and how much they're willing to pay for it, and then give it to them if you can, or add more value to what you have. So economy sucks. I love it when the economy sucks. I always make the most money when the economy sucks because everybody blames the economy and they back off from selling. That's the time to get aggressive because everybody else is out. Okay? Number 5. I think it's number 5. I lost count. What happens when your confidence levels? One day you're having a good day, some days you're having a bad day. So what do? Well, you've got to learn to master the most important sale of all, which, as I said before, is to master that little voice between your ears. You got to learn how to master that. I think that, like I said, if there's one thing I learned, is that the road to success in business is a combination of business development and personal development. Business and personal development. So most of you, some of you have done MMI, some of you have done programs with me, some of you have done programs with Rajiv, who, by the way, is a master of all of this and a very dear friend of mine, part of our BSDA training academy. So I know you understand personal development. Focus on that. The more you work on you, the easier it is going to be to sell them over there. Sell you, sell them. Selling them is easy, okay? Next one. Oh, yeah, this is a very common mistake. People say, well, it takes too long. I don't have time to do this. I need a quick strategy. Okay, I understand you need a quick strategy. That's like my son, my 17-year-old son, who's looking for a quick way to write a research paper. There's no quick way to write a research paper unless you cheat, and I'm not advocating cheating at all, okay, in this case. Okay, I say it takes too long. Well, let me tell you, we're going to do a sales and leadership mastery coming up here soon in Manila, but next week or week after, and also in Singapore in a couple weeks. I'm going to tell you this. In the last program we did, check this out. Listen to me close. Listen to my words. This is in US dollars. In 10 minutes, that group, we do an exercise in that program where the group did $9.7 million US dollars in 10 minutes in sales of their own products and their own services. Now, I forget how many people are in the room, but that's an average of 18,000 US dollars per person in that room. Excuse me, in 10 minutes. How many people think that's good? If that's good, type in a dollar sign. Yeah, right? Now, I wish I could. You might be thinking, well, that was an exception. I go, no, and I will show you that every single program we do, we get results very similar to that, very, very similar to that, where people make more money in 10 minutes than they made in a month, 2 months, 3 months. Some people more than they made in a year. So it doesn't, that's a myth. It doesn't have to take a long time. The long time is you delaying getting the learning that you need to do to get past yourself. I mean, if somebody wants something, they want it now. Okay? Who says they got to wait? That's in your mind. Well, I got to go through this and go through that. Yeah, there is a process for sure, but I'm telling you that it doesn't need to take long. I mean, most of our BSTA guys, when they go in and work with companies and on their own, not uncommon to increase sales 15 to 85% in a matter of weeks, particularly for a small business. That's easy to do. Bigger business is a lot slower and harder because bigger ticket items and for obvious reasons, but it doesn't take long. Now, here's one other thing. Those of you that are business owners and those of you that are probably pretty good in sales, here's what I'm going to tell you something. You've got a little voice going on in your head, some of you, that says, nobody can do this but me. I got to do it myself. I can't get other people to sell for me. I got to do it on my own. If it is to be, it's up to me. Look in my eyes very clearly. That will keep you broke, okay? It'll keep you broke. I mean, you may make some money, but you will be burnt out. If I have time, I'll show you what I'm talking about in a little bit. You need a team. One of the things that we talk about in sales is that, yes, you got to learn how to sell, but the other piece, you have to learn to teach other people how to sell on your team so they can sell for you. Think about, oh, I don't have money for a team. I'm not even making money now. You don't need money for a team. It's another myth. You don't need money for a team. You put together a good deal. You have a good product. You have a great mission. You know how to sell a person on what you're doing. Put them on commission. Get 2 commission salespeople working for you that love what you do, that love your product, even part-time, and you're immediately going to increase your sales 25, 35%. Easily. Selling to customers is easy. Selling to yourself is hard. Second hardest sell is getting people to be on your team. But to me, that's one of the most important sales of all too. Because if you have an idea, $1 million idea, how many of you realize you're not going to do it by yourself? You need help. I need help. We all need help. And sometimes the most important sales job is being able to sell other people on your mission and on your team. I don't care if you're working by yourself or if you don't even have a business yet. You have dreams and they're worth having. Otherwise, you wouldn't have them. Hear what I said? You have dreams that are worth having or you wouldn't have them. God, the universe, the Great Spirit, whatever you want to call it, does not give you dreams to torture you. It's because somewhere inside you're supposed to do it and you have the ability to do it. You just need to put the pieces together, okay? What would it be like if you could generate more income in a month than currently you're doing in a year? Would that help your life? Would that make it better? Type in better if that would be better. And what if selling was fun and easy? Would that be good? Type in F and E for fun and easy. And what if you had a team that was fired up selling for you? Maybe even if they weren't on commission, but they were referring things to you and sending people to you, so customers looking for you rather than you going out and trying to chase them. Would that be good or good? I thought so. Okay, good. Are you learning something? See, I made some other notes here. I just want to make sure that I covered. I got tons more. We don't have time for all these things. Yeah, this one about no systems. We talk about selling systems and selling processes. At the Sales and Leadership Mastery, I'm going to give you some samples and give you some time to work on your own. Selling system while you're there. We do things when I teach this, we do things very, very different than most people. I'm a little uncomfortable in webinars like this because normally you're doing all the work and I'm not. In this case, I'm doing the work and you're not. But what I've learned over the years, working with hundreds of thousands of people, millions of people is that you learn these things the best by actually doing them. And I have you do these things, then I coach you how to correct it and do it better, make you do it again and again until you get it. That's how by day 2, we get people in that program to sell so much in such a short period of time, blows their minds, just completely blows their minds. I'm a big advocate of we're going to do the real thing, and it's not going to be comfortable. I'm just telling you, if you want to be comfortable, don't come to the Sales and Leadership Mastery Program. But if you want to be pushed, have a great time, and find out the biggest version of yourself, then you should be there. And as a matter of fact, if you want to do that, they're going to type in a couple of links here. So while I'm talking, if you want to go check out what's happening in Singapore, what's happening in Manila, and when those things are, you can do that. Let me just give you a little bit of how this works and why this is important. Okay, so all of you come from you're in different situations, right? So if I were to take a look at most commonly, there we go. Some of you on the scheme of things in business are what I call dreamers. And that's good, because we all start as dreamers. Dreamers are people that have an idea, $1 million idea. They want to do something. Maybe they don't want to have their own business, but they want to break free. Because if you're on this call, it's for one of 3 reasons, or all 3. Number 1 is probably because you want to make more money. If you want to make more money, type in $. Good, okay? The other reason is because obviously you want a better lifestyle. You want a lot better lifestyle, type in LS. Perfect. And I would hope that you want to reach or help a lot of people. If you want to do that, type in R for reach. Okay, good. All right. So these are the 3 reasons we would be. Now, if we were doing something else, if we were, in nursing, or we were in pet grooming or something else, we would have 3 different other reasons up here. But this is for most of us right here. And this is for the average entrepreneur, small business person as well. So what keeps most people, so let's check this out. So what kind of income do dreamers have? Dreamers basically, here we go. Are what I call fixed income. Okay, so their income's pretty fixed. Their lifestyle's a 9 to 5 or maybe a little bit longer every day, and they don't reach, they're pretty invisible to the world out there. People don't know who they are. They're good people, but in these categories, they're not able to do much. And what keeps people here is, in my mind, is fear. Fear of looking stupid, fear of rejection, fear of all that stuff. Remember, I said that the number 1 skill is sales. Because why? Because the toughest sale of all is you selling you to you. If you want to make a difference in the world, you can't. So it's hard to get past that, but there are ways to do that. People that overcome this move to this level of what I call solo or solopreneur. Okay. Where they break away and they go, okay, I'm on my own, I'm going to go for this, or I'm going to be an independent sales contractor, or whatever the case might be. Now, let's take a look at what that looks like. Well, what that looks like from an income perspective, it kind of looks like this. It's up and down, it's up and down, it's up and down, it's up and down, it's up and down. It's like that. One day, feast, famine. It's no longer, lifestyle is no longer 9 to 5. Now it's 24/7. Because these guys know that you eat what you kill, right? You have got to, nobody's going to give you a paycheck unless you go out and make something happen, okay? And your reach is very local and very sporadic here, okay? So this is a tough place. Now anybody that becomes a business owner goes through this, okay? Fear of not being able to close the sale. Yeah, right. What's that fear? That fear is not that you're not going to close the sale. The fear is that you're going to look stupid. The fear is they won't like you. The fear, what if you were passionate and just fully 100% bought in that what you're going to give to somebody is going to change their life. Okay? And they said, no, what are you going to think? Are you going to be are you going to feel bad? Are you afraid? No, you're going to feel disappointed that you couldn't get your point across to them. But you're not going to be afraid of it. It's not the fear. The fear is your vision of yourself. Oh, I can't do it. You're not going to be able to do it. Even the best people in the world don't close 100% of the deals. Okay, well, come to the program. Point yourself out to me, and we'll handle that specifically for you. Okay. Now, people that get, like I said, this is the place where that guy was with his massage envy. His feast and famine, 24/7. You work, go home. Some days you're having good days, some days you're having bad days. But the people that move to the next level here is what I call true owners. These are owners. Okay, now they may not be owners of a business, but they own the process. They own their destiny. They own their selling process. They own their everything around their income. And what these people are able to do, typically when it comes to income, right here, these are typically six-digit income people up here. It's a healthy six-digit income. Lifestyles, now you're starting to leverage teams and systems up here, and your reach is becoming regional, and in your area, actually global, because of social media. Okay, and for most people, that's pretty good. How many people would like healthy six-digit income? Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. For many people, that's good enough. But some of you, but there are some of you that know that there may be more in it for you than this. And for some people move to this level, which is I call true leaders. True leaders. This is the point where most all entrepreneurs dream to go to, where now you're at a 7-digit income, lots of passive income, business runs itself, and you have what I call a legacy lifestyle. Legacy means that business lives beyond you if you want it to, and you're truly global. So let me just ask you, let's do a little survey here right now, okay? So if you are at the dreamer stage, type in D. Just tell the truth. It's okay. Thank you. Good. 1D, that's all. The 2, go. Okay, come on. That's all right. Put it in there. Good. Yes. Thank you. Look, you guys have just typed in D. Can I just say something to you right now? Congratulations. Most people wouldn't do that. Most people don't do it. They're afraid. You've just overcame probably the biggest issue of all, which is what we were just talking about. The fear of what other people might think. The fear of not knowing. The fear of being confused. Hey, look, the first step to losing weight. Anybody wants to lose weight? Yeah, first step. What's the first step? To lose weight. Type it in. Type it in. Nope, not deciding to. Nope, not signing up for a gym. Yes, Martin, you got it. Eat less, lose 15. No, get on the scale. Martin said it right. Get on the scale. First step is to get on the scale. Why? You got to see where you're at. You want to improve your financial position? Kiyosaki and I talk about it all the time. Do a financial statement. Find out where you are. Start with where you are. Acknowledge the problem. That's right. Or just be aware of where you are. Start here. So congratulations. If you typed in D, good on you, man. We're all Ds. I'm still a D in many ways. Okay. How many of you are solo? An S. Thank you. Good. How many of you are owners? Type in O. Very good. And how many of you are up there at leader already? Okay. S, no L's yet. Okay, well, that's good. So we all have it. So most of you are in this range right here, okay? How many of you would like to move to owner and leader? Say yes. Type in yes. All right, good, awesome, awesome. Well, that's what we do. And so, as I mentioned before, I'm going to be coming to Manila, and I'm going to be coming to Singapore to do my sales and leadership mastery program. And the whole program is designed to teach you how to get the income, the lifestyle, the reach through being able to generate income by being able to sell. And also how to build a team and be a great leader. Okay? Okay, so again, yeah, thank you for those of you who want to attend. It's February 15th. Okay, good. I have the plane ticket. I just get there, okay? So here's the point that I'm trying to make to all of you. At the program, we're going to cover a lot of the things that we talked about here, plus tons more. We're going to give you through the selling cycle, help you find your selling cycle, give you the basic skills. The basic skills I taught the Massage Envy, and I've taught to hundreds of thousands of people that will take whatever you're doing now and completely change your income level, okay? If you're in sales. If you're not in sales, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. You're going to think like you've been doing it your whole life, and you'll be able to generate income anytime, any place, wherever you go, in any economy, in any language, no matter what the currency is. People in South Africa, when when guys from Zimbabwe, they went through the program, and even when Zimbabwe's currency crashed, they're out there trading toilet paper as currency and cigarettes, and they're multimillionaires, right? So it doesn't matter as long as you have the skills. It's a skill that you take with you wherever you go, and even if it does, and forget the money part. It allows you to have the relationships in your life that you really want, the ones that are most important to you, to be able to talk to your loved ones, find out what they want, give it to them, not to be locked in combat, locked in battle, and frustrated and confused, sitting up at night, worrying about where the money's going to come from, worrying about how you're going to resolve these issues with your friends, your family, your boss. What if all that was gone if you just knew how to communicate with people and how to sell yourself on staying strong? I mean, I can tell you that I've just, you do this every night. I understand. So I just want to invite you to the program. And I'm going to say this too, is that, yeah, we're going to teach you all that, but it's really not about all that. I want you to listen to me closely. The reason I teach this program, yes, you deserve the money. Yes, you deserve to have your dreams. But here's the deal. This level of leader, as you approach it, will give you a tremendous amount of power. So much power to the degree that when people find out what you're doing, people will naturally start gravitating toward you. You won't have to go looking for leads or looking for business. Business will start showing up for you, because all of you. And I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to be a little airy-fairy, some people call it, a little out there, but I don't care. I'm just going to tell you something, that if you're on a call with me, the reason is because there's something about you that the world needs. You have a gift. It could be your product or your service. It could be your gift. It could be, but I suspect it's more than that. It could be your gift. Could be who you are is the gift. And the world right now is looking for people that you deserve to have that gift elevated to be bigger than you. I'll say it again. You deserve to have that gift, whatever that gift is about you, your product, your service, the way you do it. You deserve to have it bigger than you and to elevate it to a level where the rest of the world can share it, because, the rest of the world is in desperate need of leadership, as you know, no matter what country, no matter where you are in the world. I suspect some of you are also great teachers and leaders, because that's what happens when you become a leader. You become a great teacher and a leader. So the reason I did the program is because the world needs you, needs what you do, and it needs your gift. that make sense? So if that makes sense, type in MS, makes sense. Okay. Now, I'm going to tell you that that's the reason I do the program. To teach you how to sell, how to teach other people on your team how to sell. I'm going to teach you how to handle any objection anytime, any place, how to make a powerful presentation, how to have instant charisma, to be able to, on and on and on and on and on. And it's going to be very, very fun. I'm going to be doing some talking in the morning, but after that, it's all on you. We're going to be doing lots of games, lots of exercise. You're going to be making money, and you're going to be making the most important sale of all, which is you selling you to you. This is not a sit and take notes type of deal. You're going to be strapped in, and here's the deal. If you come, be prepared. We have several rules. One rule is finish what you start. If you finish the program, you finish what you start, I guarantee you, number one, you will have won the battle between your ears. That sale of conquering this little voice and your concern about what other people think, or your fear of selling, or your fear of anything that has to do with other people, gone. We're going to work on that heavily. And once that happens, the floodgates open and sales are just a matter of fact. At the end of the program, you will actually laugh that you ever thought sales was difficult. And now at that point, you'll be able to make as much money as you want to make anytime, any place, and how to be a great leader that can attract a team, whether you have money or not, that can help sell for you. And will help you find the right target audience, all those kind of good things, okay? All right? So, last couple things. Again, you have the links up there, the links of where you could go if you're interested in coming to the program. This program, I'm not sure what's going on in Manila and Singapore for the Sales and Leadership Mastery Program. I know that in America, when we sell this program here, the program sale price here is USD, 2450 USD. That's our price here. I'm sure that you're going to get a better deal. I'm just going to say that. I think you're getting a better deal. And so you'll need to find out what that is with those guys. But I'm going to tell you this, at this price, think about this for a second. At this price, if you were able to double your income over the next 6 months, would that be worth it with that price? Okay, yes or no? All right, good. Let me ask you another question. If you were able to build yourself a great little team that shared in your mission, that worked with you, that helped you get through obstacles, that sold for you, and increase your income even only 15 to 85% over the next couple of months, would that be worth it? Yes or no? At that price? Good. Good. And if you just can eliminate the worry about money and struggling for money, and truly have the autonomy and begin to get the lifestyle that you want, to have the independence to do what you want to do, when you want to do it, whenever you want to do it, in any economy, would it be worth that price? Yes or no? All right, good, awesome, good. So I'm just about out of time. Actually, I'm a little over time now. Like I said, you have a gift that the world needs to see, and it needs to be given. And I'll do everything in my level best. Those of you that have worked with me before, that I keep my word when it comes to that kind of stuff. And the results will speak for themselves. We have people in Thailand and Manila. We have some graduates from Manila. We have people all over the world. Like I said, Thailand, Singapore, Vietnam, China, Taiwan, Australia, all over Europe, South America, Canada, that have all experienced the Sales and Leadership Mastery Program. And the one thing that they will all tell you is that sales became easy after all of that. So I look forward to seeing you all there. Check out, go to the links one more time. You guys put both those links up there for Singapore and for Manila. Go check it out. Find out what kind of an offer you're going to get. I guarantee you're going to get something way, way better than that. But I want to see you there. And I guarantee you, if we're there, tell me that you were on this webinar. Make yourself known to me. And if you have a question that I haven't handled here, we'll handle it there. And it'll be, you may not always like the answer that you get, but it'll be the answer that you need. It's time in 2020. It's time for you to be in the right place at the right time with the right people and getting the right answers, rather than being in the wrong place with the wrong people and getting wrong answers from people who don't know what they're talking about. I have helped hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of people increase their sales, increase their income, and generate the lifestyle. Most importantly, to help you make a difference in the world, in the Philippines, in Singapore. If you'd like to make a difference in the world doing what you do and make a lot of money doing it, say me. Type in me. All right. Awesome. Thanks, you guys. Thank you, Durrani, and thank you for my hosts for having to see you this morning, this evening. You guys have a great evening. Sleep well. And think about all the lives that you're going to be able to change once you're able to give people what they want. Remember, find out what they want and give it to them. Be awesome, you guys. Bye-bye.
All right. So thank you, Blair, for the amazing presentation. For those of you who are inquiring about those links, I will send it in the comment section down below. For those who are interested in Singapore, you can hit down to successresources.com/SLM. And for those of you who would like to attend the program in Manila, you can find the link in the comment section. So we really hope to see you at the program for both in Manila and in Singapore. And I hope you had a fantastic time. So thank you very much for attending this webinar with Blair Singer. Take care. See you soon.